Hi, it is Saturday, July 26th, 2025. So, I've now been back for 2 weeks from the road trip. I haven't yet accomplished as much as I was hoping on my projects because, well, I had a I got caught up in a poker tournament last weekend. Ended up making some money, but definitely took a toll on me. Long day, about 14 hours of play on Saturday and then another 8 on the Sunday. So it pretty much fried the whole weekend for me. Uh, it's tough out here in the summer in Arizona. Um, I'd love to take the kids out, do something with them, but it's just so hot. Um, and I don't know. Things inside cost a lot of money. Um, and I got all this stuff to do still. But at the same time, they're kind of, since we've been back, they've been kind of sitting in the house a bit. I mean, they've been doing an improv class in the evenings, so at least that's something. Um, I guess they got that today. They got their finale, so we'll go swimming. Maybe I'll take them out for breakfast or something. Just kind of have a low key day. I I'm just grinding. I'm just I got projects to do. It's a lot of projects, but it is a finite list. At work, at home, um, it's just one day at a time, one task at a time. I got myself a new bit of hardware, um, kind of what do you call it? A prize or a trophy, a celebration of my poker tournament uh, success. So, one little bit of metal for my wrist. I don't have it on me at this time. Um, and I'm not going to wear it most of the time. I'm going to wear it when I play poker at casinos. I'm not going to wear it. Um, I go to a poker game once in a while. It's not really, it's a little different. It's more of a training ground than like a game where you go to try to make a lot of money. It's more where you go to try to toughen your edges to get better. Um, so I probably won't be going to that for a while because I'm just so busy. Is the world fucked? God's carried us this far. It hasn't collapsed yet, but my books are cool. They're big stuff. My ideas are cool. They're big stuff. I don't know. I do struggle with hope at times, but I've got enough of it to carry forward. The stakes are just so big. It's just Are we going to have this joyous free world that I write about in my books? Or is everything just going to collapse? And is this civilization going to collapse? Maybe both. Maybe the collapse, maybe a lot of people do die off, and then we get freedom. And then we start building, and then we get to the world. I mean, it's going to be some version of that. I mean, I don't know how many people are dying off. I know people already are. So we'll just see how many it ends up being. Yeah, taking the kids swimming makes sense. I don't think it makes sense to take them to a lake or... I mean, it's just so hot this time of year around here. I don't think I want to take them all the way up to Flagstaff today. I mean, that'd be... We already did so much driving, you know. Although maybe they'd like it. Maybe now, we haven't done it for a couple of weeks, they'd like that drive down through the canyon. Now that I got my car tuned up and got all my fluids replaced. That was what was nice. I went to get my car serviced. They're like, man, your tires are shot, your fluids all need to be replaced, your brakes are good. So the engine braking saved my brakes, thank God. But also thank God that I made it back. I didn't realize you had to increase your pressure if the weight in the car was higher. So that was a big deal driving for 9,000 miles in that condition, as it turns out. Gosh. So I took my car in, paid for all this, or, well, they told me it's going to be $2,000, right? Get all these new tires, get all this other shit that needs to be done. That's just the price of having a car these days. It's routine maintenance in a way, but it's $2,000. I was like, shit, you know, because I spent so much on the road trip. I was like, another fucking hit. It's going to take me even longer to dig out of the fucking hole. And then this tournament, boom. Suddenly, car repairs are paid for. The road trip itself is freaking paid for. And I got myself a bit of jewelry. So, yeah, it's all right. It's all right that I didn't get all my projects done last weekend. And no, I was a little under the weather this week. I missed some of the day on Wednesday. But finally, I think Wednesday night got some sleep, and sleep is how you heal from those things. So I'm not 100%, but I'm recovering, and I'm an efficient guy. I can get a lot done if I'm focused, and I tend to stay focused. So I went and played a poker session, cash game, and I do like me some poker, but I gotta prioritize things. and I gotta get this novel done, get these other tasks done. I can do it. People are falling through the cracks. It breaks my heart. I'm one of the few people who seems to be in a position where I'm able to improve my financial position on a regular basis right now. So I'm just trying to build and get as strong as I can because I've known this was going to happen, and we haven't even seen the credit collapse yet. Because that crisis point, there's this critical node, this critical moment where we got to get freedom, where we have to get freedom. We need it immediately. And when that moment comes, I'm going to just have faith that we're going to get it. But until that moment, we're living in this world of decay, and it's becoming ever more difficult for people to survive. And at this point, it should be obvious. People should be cohabitating where they can, cutting expenses where they can. Don't be, just because I took my kids on a road trip around the country doesn't mean that you can. I'm a real fortunate guy. I'm a guy who's lived below his means and saved money for a long time, and continues to live below his means so that I can do things like that. But that was a very big time thing to do. It cost a lot of money, and we weren't staying at the nicest hotels. We weren't eating at all the nicest restaurants. It could have cost more, but it still cost 20 grand easy. Um, just driving, no flights. Uh, you know, we did stay in hotels. I mean, I guess you could camp. Maybe it'd be a bit cheaper. Um, but all the tourist stuff, paying for the boat under the Niagara Falls and the ferry to Alcatraz, and all these different, the St. Louis Arch tram, all these things cost money. All the food, even the laundry costs money. I mean, not much, but you do laundry 3 times, 2 loads each time. That's 6 loads. Wash and dry, $2 each. That's $4 a load. You better have a $24 laundry fund, man. Plus detergent. I didn't even mention detergent. I was fortunate. I was gifted. And you go on a big trip like that, people gift you stuff before you go. Try to help you out a bit. And some of those things definitely did help. So it was a great adventure. I'm glad we got to do it. And it's really cool that it got paid for by a tournament the weekend after I got back. Amazing. Uh, but it was a splurge. It was a pilgrimage. It was a. I'm not. People shouldn't be spending more than what they're earning. Um, and that's tough. I'm very fortunate. I make more than most people. Um, so, and I live cheaper than most people. So it's gonna be tough. But right now, it's just about survival. See, people, I think what makes it really tough for a lot of people is that, they're scrapping by, and even if they are saving, even if they are barely living within their means somehow, it's like, what are you building towards? Where's your hope for the future, right? That's something else that people need. And that's what my book's all about. That's what freedom's all about. It's about surviving from now till that point. Once that point comes, now everything's out on the table. And yeah, we got big challenges. We got monumental challenges. But we've also got my book, and my book goes through these challenges. It addresses these challenges. It talks about where compassion will be needed to fill the gaps, and it talks about how freedom can empower people uh, economically. This bracelet I got is a Cuban uh, chain bracelet. It is called that because this style of bracelet was popularized by Cuban Americans. Um, See, these people came to America, they escaped the communist country of Cuba, and they had sufficient success in America to save some portion of their money and put it into one of these chain, either bracelets or necklaces. Um, and so to me, these are a symbol of capitalism, of individual power, of individual success, of individual achievement. Um, so I was happy to pay homage to that history, uh, and the material is unique. It is a material that isn't found in the purity that this bracelet is. It's extremely rare. So it looks a little different than anything people will have seen. Um, I debuted it last night, and I think no one asked because no one wanted to feel stupid. Because even like someone who doesn't know anything might say, always they don't want to make a mistake. Is this stainless steel or is this platinum? Because they don't know which it is, but they know there's a big difference. And then a more sophisticated observer, a jeweler perhaps, would see it and would notice that it doesn't look like typical, it doesn't look exactly like normal 95% platinum, which is what 99% of upper end platinum jewelry is made of. Uh, so they would also, if it was 95% platinum, they wouldn't want to insult me by saying, that doesn't look like it's got quite as much bling. But the truth is that 999 platinum doesn't have quite as much bling. It's got a luster and a radiance, but it does look a bit different. So, I always got my sights on more. I'm hoping to duplicate and exceed my tournament win I call it tournament win. We made a deal, so it wasn't a technical win, but it was a nice score. I want to exceed it because I got my eye on a couple other little prizes I'd like to add to my AI would call it armor. It's not that. It's my weaponry. It's more like weaponry. See, I have armor, but this is weaponry, is what this bracelet is. I got some more weaponry I'd like to buy. So once I got those things, I don't see myself getting myself much more in the way of jewelry. I mean, there's only so much a man needs. Then he needs to find himself a woman so he can start decorating her. So, like I said, I got a couple more little things I'd like to get, but then any further jewelry I buy, I imagine, would be not for me. So, all things in due time. It's Saturday, it's Arizona, it's hot. But even on a day like today, we can make some progress. I can maybe get my kids some relief from this hot house and from the monotony of their summer experience since the road trip ended. Gosh, I'm glad I took them. They didn't have to stay here all summer, just baking in the heat. Yeah. I want to find. I want to. I feel like I want to take them somewhere today beyond just eating out. Nothing big though. Like bowling doesn't seem exactly right. Arcade. I'm not taking them to the water park. It's a clusterfuck on Saturdays, on the weekends. I'll figure it out. See you later.